Most people think their biggest problem is lack of knowledge. Baal HaSulam says they are looking in the wrong place entirely. In the early 20th century, a remarkable rabbi named Yehuda Ashlag, known to Kabbalists as Baal HaSulam, wrote a series of letters to his students. These weren't casual notes. They were surgical diagnoses of the human condition, written to people desperate to understand their own spiritual blindness. Letter 3 is one of the most overlooked, yet it cuts straight to why so many seekers never actually change. The letter begins with a question that sounds simple but isn't. Why do people fail to develop spiritually, even when they have access to the teachings? Why does understanding alone never translate into transformation? Most of us assume the answer is obvious. We don't study enough, or we don't have the right teacher, or the texts are too obscure. But Baal HaSulam points to something far more radical. The real obstacle isn't external. It lives inside you. And it's not your intellect, it's your desire. Specifically, it's the structure of what you actually want, moment to moment, beneath all your noble intentions. Here's the precise problem he identifies. You're designed by nature, by evolution, by your deepest instinct, to seek pleasure and avoid pain. That drive is so fundamental, so automatic, that it shapes every decision you make before your conscious mind even notices. It's your operating system. Now listen, that drive isn't evil. It's not the enemy, but it is the prison asterisk. Because spiritual development requires you to do things that feel uncomfortable, to surrender what feels safe, to move toward meaning instead of comfort. Your desire system fights this with everything it has. So when you sit down to study Kabbalah, or to practice loving your neighbor, or to examine your ego, your pleasure-seeking system is running underneath, asking one question: how does this serve me? Does it feel good? Does it increase my status, my comfort, my sense of being right? And here's where most seekers get stuck. They learn concepts beautifully. They can articulate the idea of love of others with perfect clarity. But the moment they are tested, when someone criticizes them, when generosity costs something real, when truth demands they admit they were wrong, their desire system hijacks the wheel. Baal HaSulam doesn't sugarcoat this. He says, knowledge without a change in desire is just decoration. You're building a beautiful house on sand. The moment genuine pressure comes, the structure collapses. So what does change in desire actually mean? It doesn't mean killing your desires. You can't do that, and Kabbalah doesn't ask you to. Instead, it means something far more subtle, becoming aware of what you actually want, then consciously choosing to want something higher. This is the work, not reading more books, not memorizing more concepts, but catching yourself in the act, noticing when your pleasure-seeking system is running the show and choosing differently, even once, even small. Baal HaSulam calls this overcoming your nature . It's not punishment. It's not self-denial for its own sake. It's the only way to become free, because as long as your pleasure-seeking system runs you, you're enslaved. You think you're choosing, but you're just following the algorithm. The letter goes deeper. Baal HaSulam explains that this shift in desire is actually what the Kabbalists mean when they talk about the upperworld's or spiritual levels . They're not talking about different locations. They're talking about different desires different systems of wanting. At the lowest level, you want what feels good to your body. At the next, you want respect, honor, status. Higher still, you want knowledge, understanding, meaning. And at the highest, you want to give, to create, to love, not because it serves you, but because serving others becomes what you want. This isn't metaphysical fantasy. Baal HaSulam is describing something observable, the structure of human motivation itself. You can verify it in your own life right now. Notice what you actually want. Notice how that wanting shapes everything you do. The practical implication is this: If you want to grow spiritually, stop trying to force yourself to believe the right things or act the right way. Instead, ask yourself honestly, what do I actually want? And then, here's the hard part, ask, am I willing to want something else? Because that's where change begins. Not with more information, not with guilt or shame or trying harder, but with a genuine shift in what you desire. And that shift, according to Baal HaSulam, is something you can work toward. It's not given to you. You have to choose it again and again. So when Baal HaSulam asks in Letter 3 why people fail to develop spiritually despite having knowledge, the answer is clear. They're trying to change the outside, their actions, their thoughts, their words, while leaving the inside untouched. They're rearranging furniture in a prison. The real work is the reverse. Change what you want, and your actions, thoughts, and words will follow naturally. Not out of discipline or self-coercion, but because you've become someone who wants something higher. That's the secret Baal HaSulam embedded in this letter, and it's been waiting for you to notice it. Subscribe so you don't miss the next letter from Baal HaSulam. Each one unlocks a different layer of how to actually change.